Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie and this is my book corner. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of the video, I wanted to do a little thing I've seen over on Bookstagram a lot, where people do their first and favorite of a certain author, like their first book they read by that author, then their favorite book by that same author. And I was going to make a post, but that seemed like too much work, and I don't like to be on my phone very much like that to do stuff like that. I'm not very creative. So I thought I would just do a little video and show like a few authors that really stand out that I really love. And I thought I could show you my first and favorite of the authors. Before I get into that though, I do want to let you know of an exciting thing that's happened. One of my favorite authors that we all know and love on this channel, I've talked about her many times, is Odessa Highwell. And I follow her on Instagram, obviously. I own basically all her books. And she had reached out on Instagram like last week or something like that and asked me a very random question. And she asked me if I would be willing to take pictures of her paperback books and allow her to use them for her official website. And I was like, wait, are you joking? You're asking me? Like, I mean, you can ask my husband. I was shocked and I was flabbergasted. I was like, are you kidding me? You want me to take photos for your official website? So of course I said yes. And they look so good. I'm going to link her website down below and her Instagram. You can check her out. But I think the photos look great. They're super cute. And you can see my shelves in the background of them. And I just want to thank Odessa Highwell for allowing me and giving me that opportunity of taking pictures of your beautiful books. I love them. They're so near and dear to my heart. And I'm so happy you love them too. So there's that. That's an exciting update. And then another exciting thing that happened. My husband finally did the right thing, and he finally bought me a Kindle. I am finally a part of the Kindle club. I'm a Kindle girly, whatever you want to call it, and I am having an absolute blast. In my last video, I told you I was in a pretty big reading slump because of that sickness that I had at the end of March and early April. And once I got this Kindle, he got it for me for Mother's Day. I've actually been reading again, and it's so fun. I'm not reading tons. I haven't read many books this month yet, but it's more than I read in April, which was 0. So I'm having a blast, and I just want to show you the Kindle he got me. Right now I just have a case on it. I really want to keep it protected. And, but like the back, isn't it so cute? Like, it's so pretty. I'm going to tag the Etsy shop that I got the insert from with, you know, the composition notebook insert. And then these are just random stickers I got, except for this mood reader one is from, shoot, what's her Etsy name? The Smutty Book Lady on Etsy, but she is also known as Elle Waltree, an author that you guys know I love. I recently read her book For Sale. So it's cool. She has her own Etsy shop with all different kinds of stickers. So I will also link her Etsy shop down below, and you can go check out her stuff. But my favorite part, are you ready? No one ever told me how fun it is to make your own Kindle screensavers. Like, I love it. If you know, you know. I mean, come on. I just love having Daddy on my Kindle, and it's a blast every time I open it. So anyway, there's that. If there's nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and get into the point of this video, and that is the first and favorite of certain, like, different authors. I just went around my shelves. It's in no particular order. They were just authors I noticed that I had read a few or that I owned a few, and I just picked from there. So I have them laid out in front of me. I'm just going to randomly pick a pile, and we'll go. So first is R. Phoenix. Again, if you know me, you know I love R. Phoenix. Her books are, I know, it's in no particular order. They were just authors I noticed that I had read a few or that I owned a few, and I just picked from there. So I have them laid out in front of me. I'm just going to randomly pick a pile, and we'll go. So first is R. Phoenix. Again, if you know me, you know I love R. Phoenix. Her books are wide variety of things, right? But what I love is how they can be like completely unhinged, like Taboo, but at the same time they're like down to earth and relatable. I don't know how she does it, but I love her. Our Phoenix, if you're watching, I love you. And I went back on my Goodreads. I'm pretty sure it is accurate to what I read first. And according to my Goodreads, I apparently read Brother Dear first. And this is a taboo with, you guessed it, with brothers. Great introduction. This was a great introduction to Phoenix's writing. I really, really enjoyed it. It was, I think what I liked most about it was, I'm pretty sure this one does not have an HEA, so it does not have a happily ever after, but the way it ends, it was like, I was happy with it, if that makes sense, but really loved it. I mean, this was a great introduction. I was like, I think on my Goodreads, I said, I can't wait to read more from this author. It was so good. So this was my first. Now my favorite, not this, but I did love this. I forget what I gave it, but I think I might have given it 5 stars. I mean, obviously I got the physical copy, you know. So this was my first. Now, favorite, I can't choose. One of my favorites is Gilded Cages. Okay, this is, oh my God, just read it. I can't tell you. It's like puppy play and, you know, daddy little, yeah, age play, puppy play. Oh, just unhinged time. And the sequel to this, Tarnished Cages, great too. The ending of that left it open, and she finally said she wants to write more. I can't wait. So this is one of my favorites. And then the other one I couldn't decide which I liked more because they're completely different, is Obey. But this is with our Phoenix and Adara Wolf. Oh my God, Maddox and Knives. Mafia, like a hate to love. They were like friends to lovers to enemies to lovers to just... Maddox and Knives and Maddox. These two men just wiggled their way into my brain, and I still think about them to this day. I mean, I read this a little bit ago, and I still think about Knives and Maddox. I really wish, I mean, this book was what? You know, about 250 pages. I wish it was 250 pages more. I could have read these all day, but so these are my 2 favorites from our Phoenix. So I don't know which one to pick, but they are both wonderful, and I recommend them both. All right, the next author is, I'm just going to do one that's, I absolutely love her. Diana Roman, okay? Until I Saw You was my first book of hers. This one is Riley and Harper, I believe, yes. This one has a blind male character. So this book is the definition of hurt comfort, okay? That is one of my favorite tropes. I absolutely love hurt comfort. Diana Roman does it so well in this. It's so beautiful. This book was beautiful from beginning to end. Ugh. And then my favorite of Diana Roman, you guessed it, Until I Saw You. This is my first and my favorite. I've read a few others of hers. Love them. But this just has a special place in my heart. And again, I just can't get over how well she did the hurt comfort in this. Riley and Harper, they deserve the world, and I love them. And I can't wait to reread. I would love to reread this again. I wish I could read it again for the first time, you know, but wonderful book. Highly recommend if you like hurt comfort as a trope. It's beautifully done in this. Next is one of my favorite authors. He has since passed away, sadly, but it's Vince Flynn. He wrote political thrillers. He was my introduction to political thrillers and really made me love that genre of books. The first book I ever read of his was Transfer of Power. And this is my same copy, if you can tell. I got this in middle school or high school or something, but this was the definition of judging a book by its cover. I remember I was at I'm pretty sure I got this at Borders. Rest in peace, Borders. And I remember I was just looking for a book. I needed something new to read. And back then I would only buy mass market paperbacks because those are what I could afford. So that's why it's a mass market paperback, but I love it. I saw the cover and I thought it was so cool with the hole in the burning flag. I don't know. I was a sucker for it. It hooked me in. I read the back. Sounds so cool with the White House being taken over by terrorists, and, you know, this super secret agent badass man had to go and save everybody. This book was perfection. I have read this more times than I can count. I mean, this book is very well loved. I mean, it's, you know, fraying and falling apart, and it's stained, and it's yellowed with age. And if you didn't guess, this is also my favorite of Vince Flynn. To this day, it's so heartbreaking that he passed away before he could finish the Mitch Rapp series, because this is what this is. This is Mitch Rapp. He was a very, very talented man, and you could tell he was a good human being. He was a true patriot and a lover of this country, and unfortunately prostate cancer took him way too soon. But if you are interested in political thrillers, please read some Vince Flynn books. Later on, after he passed away, they changed the author of the books. They still kept his name because it's still his world that he created, and it's still Mitch Rapp and the characters he created. But you know, at least the books of Vince Flynn's, beautiful. They're all so wonderful. Mitch Rapp is such a amazing, eccentric, intriguing, complicated character with so many flaws. But the way he cares about his country and doing what's right for the good of the country is beautifully done. Very, very good. I highly recommend, and I love Transfer of Power. I've read this so many times. I can't wait to read it again. Okay. Next is, I guess I'll go with my favorite author of all time. Let's hear it, right? Who is it? John Saul. And I said in my first video on here, like the BookTube Newbie Tag or whatever, about what got you into reading. Well, John Saul got me into reading, and it was with this book, Sleepwalk. Like I had said before, I'd seen this cover in my middle school library, and for some reason it drew me in. Read the back, it sounded interesting, bought it. Oh, I read it from the library, right? I eventually bought it with, money whenever I had a job or whatever. But wonderful, wonderful, wonderful book. I was like, I knew I liked this author. I liked his writing style, and of course, because he became my all-time favorite author. I own every one of his books. But this was the book that really drew me in and really got me into reading, like hardcore reading. Great book. Now, my favorite of his is not this. This is a good book, but The God Project. Oh my God. This is my favorite John Saul book of all time. It's like a mother, and she has a family. She has a husband. She has 2 kids. And her daughter, the youngest, as a baby, died mysteriously. And they said it was SIDS. So check your triggers for that, for loss of a child. But her older son is not normal, in a sense. And it just goes from there, okay? This book gets absolutely crazy. It's such a wild ride. I truly, truly, truly enjoyed it. I mean, I've read this, again, I've read this so many times. This is my favorite John Saul book. The ending still gets me. When I read this again and again, I'm still on the edge of my seat because it's so fast-paced, but it's also so emotional. The beginning is so emotional. It's heartbreaking to read about the loss of her daughter, but after that, you still get the emotions with the mother, but everything is so fast-paced with all the events that are going on. So many twists and turns. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I just want to show off this cool cover. I have a few different covers of this, but I thought this one was kind of cute, kind of old school. So there's that. All right, let's see. I have 3 left. Should I do MM or my last MF? I think I'll do my last MF. Yeah? Okay, cool. Next author is Lauren Beale. Okay. Yes, she is the mayonnaise. She's the mayo author. If you know, you know. The first book I read of hers was Hitched. This is her website exclusive, and I love it with the little rabbit. This is book 1 of her Hitchhiker series, and this was the first book I read of hers. Oh my gosh, Lexington. He is the hitchhiker, and oh man. I love that this is my introduction to Lauren Beale books, because Lex is such a dark character, but he does have a soft, trauma-filled past, and deep down he's hurting, and this was so good. So good. It really got me into her Hitchhiker series, and I love when she comes out with another one because they're so fun. They're dark. You need to check triggers. If you see Lauren Beale's name, just check the triggers. Okay? I've said before, I don't have triggers, so I don't have to worry about that. But this is so well done. What an introduction. I loved it. Loved. Now, my favorite of hers, not this, but this is pretty close, I do have to say. I recently reread this, last year, I think, and I still gave it 5 stars. It felt like I was reading it for the first time again. It was wonderful on a reread. But my favorite of hers, like I mentioned before, she is the Mayo author. Captured. This is the mayonnaise book. This is the Mayo book. This is her what does she call it? Dateline-esque romances. They're traumances, with trauma. This book is amazing. I think I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 or 7 or 8 copies of this book. Anytime she comes out with another copy, I buy it. I absolutely love this book. I am so happy this was only the second book I read of hers too. I read Hitched, and then I heard about Captured, and I was like, man, that sounds pretty good. The way she writes in this book, you can smell the smells that she's describing. You can taste the tastes that she's describing. You can taste the smells that she's describing. It is disgusting. There are parts that are nasty, but the way she writes them, you're immersed into this world. You're immersed into that environment. She does it so well. This book is, oh my God, it's so, I don't want to say good. It's more than good, but Alexander, I love. I know he is not a good man. I don't know how she does it. The men in her books are evil. They are not good human beings. But for some reason, by the end, I'm like, oh my God, I want them to live happily ever after. He deserves his love story. It's like, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but Captured. If you haven't read it and you like that kind of stuff, obviously, if you don't like dark, disgusting, traumatic romance books, then you might not like this, but I absolutely devoured it. I love it. I can't wait to reread it. And yeah, that's my favorite of Lauren Beale. All right, 2 more. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with Odessa Highwell. Since I talked about her in the beginning, let's talk about her books. This was hard, okay? This was hard. The first book obviously was not hard because it was the first book I read, which I'm pretty sure, according to my Goodreads, was Terrible Lovely Demon. Great. This is the special edition available on her website. P.S. by the way. This was very different than other books I've read. But it was really well done in the sense that it was like this boy, I forget his name, Maxton Grant. Yes. He was dying of cancer. And he ended up making a deal with a demon who turned out to be one of his nurses at the hospital. And obviously he gets better. He survives the childhood cancer. He grows up, and then they run into each other again. Which the demon, Bo, I always forget his name. I always forget the demon. I just call him the demon. Bo, which is shocking to Bo because he thought, man, I did this deal and, I kind of broke the rules a little bit by doing this deal, but whatever. They end up meeting again, and it's really cute. I really like the world of Bo, and he like takes Max to all these places that he frequents and stuff, like restaurants or whatever, like the demon world. Super cute, super fun. This was a great time. This was a great introduction, but it's kind of funny because this is different than any other book I've read of hers, but I really enjoyed it. Now my favorite books, my God, I don't know if I am correct or 100% sure with my choices, but I did pick 2. I could pick 3, 4 other ones. But if I had to pick, I had to pick. I'll save I think my favorite for last, but this is one of my favorites, For Nevermind. Oh my God, this book, I devoured this book. Oh my God, it's Shiloh and Riley, brothers, shifters. Oh my God, this book was so well done. Before Odessa Highwell, I didn't read a lot of shifter books. I might have read 1 or 2 before, but this was like kind of like my introduction into that, like Omegaverse, with alphas and omegas and that kind of thing. This book, never mind that it's taboo, and you guys know I love taboo, but aside from that, the emotions that she writes between these 2 men, beautiful. Okay, just it's absolutely beautiful. Because this is the one where the younger brother is the alpha, so his older brother is actually an omega. So I really love that twist. It might not be a twist. I don't know. If you read Omegaverse or that kind of stuff, is it really a twist? I don't know. But I like the fact that they are brothers, and the older brother is kind of like the lower end. So he's the lowly Omega, and his younger alpha brother. It's wonderful, but Riley's being mistreated, so Shiloh has to go save him. And so it's another like hurt comfort type of thing, and just the way Odessa Highwell writes the emotions between these 2 characters and makes their relationship, like, who cares that they're brothers? Who cares? It's beautifully done. But the fact that they are brothers, love it. I love her little tagline on her newsletters, like, like brothers that kiss on the mouth. Yes, that makes it extra, like, puts an extra zing on it. But if you don't like taboo, which is understandable, I want you to read what you want to read, you could maybe still read this and really like it. Like I'm saying, their relationship was so real and raw, and I love how she brought them together and living their true selves. Beautiful. Anyway, I am rambling on. This video is probably so long. Anyway, so this is one of my favorites. The one that I'm pretty sure I will call my favorite is in the same world as For Nevermind. Cursed Omega's Second Chance. Jaden and Locke. That's all I can say. Jaden and Locke. Their story, their love. Okay, hopefully I can edit that out. Book just fell. Whew. Jaden and Locke. Their story, their love spans generations. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's like Locke is determined to keep finding his mate, and over lifetimes, and he never lets go. It's hard to explain without going into the details of this book, but Locke will follow Jaden to the ends of the earth to be with him, and it's so beautiful. This has some caretaking. It has this is MPreg, so it has male pregnancy. It has witchcraft and like magic system. It's so different from her other books. Maybe it doesn't sound like it because I just read about shifters and then like the demon book, but if you read her taboo books, they're basically just, you know, contemporary love stories, you know. But this one has everything, right? It has the love story. It has Riley and Shiloh on the side of this. I love it. Love seeing them again. I love their dynamic. I love the caretaking. I love the world. I love the magic. But the big thing, which I say all the time, the emotions. She does it so well. I couldn't get enough. And this is her longest book by far. I mean, this was 495 pages or something like that. Very long. It did not feel like that. When I first got it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to read this in less than a week. And I think I ended up reading it in like 2 days. I'm pretty sure from what I remember. I couldn't get enough. It flew by. I need the second book. I mean, it's from the it says the Omega Wolf's Curse. But I don't know. I talked to her on Instagram. She said she is writing it. But I need it. I hope it's as long as this one. But this book was so well done. I highly recommend, if you like shifters, if you like Mpreg, it's not taboo. Like I said, yeah, you have the taboo couple from this one they're on the side, like in the background, so they're not the main focus. I recommend. This was beautifully done. I'm obsessed. I love this book, and I can't wait to reread it. It's a chunky one, so it's going to be a while before I can reread it, but I absolutely love it. That's definitely my favorite. That's definitely my favorite of Odessa Highwell. All right. Last, but definitely not least. Okay, let me just rearrange these books here quick. All right. Last author I will be talking about today is, if you follow me on Bookstagram, you know who I'm going to say. Okay, because you know I love their books and I'm obsessed with their books. They are, besides Odessa Highwell, they are my number one auto buy author for me. No matter what they write, I will buy. Okay? So, that is, drumroll, JJ Mulder. Okay? Hockey. Mwah. She does it so well. Changing the Game. Offsides, book 1. Okay? Her first book was the first book I ever read of hers. Obviously, right? I had seen people on Bookstagram talking about like JJ Mulder books. I forget when this was because I'm filming on my phone. I can't check. But it was a little bit ago. And I was like, who is JJ Mulder? I mean, I was like, okay, hockey. I mean, I can get into that. I don't even, holy shit. Was this my first hockey book? No. I read another hockey book, but this was one of my first hockey books. And, you know, I was hearing all these things, and like by that time they had already written a couple more books in the series or whatever, but I was like, what? I need to start with number 1, obviously, right? So I went and bought it. I just bought it. I mean, I think I might have looked what it was about, but I was like, hockey, done. Okay, that's good enough for me. And plus, I love the cover artist for their books. Anyway, so I bought it, and I read it, and that was the beginning of the end for me, because I fell in love with Sam. I fell in love with Troy. I fell in love with the world. I fell in love with their teammates. I just fell into this universe, and I'm still falling into the universe. It hasn't ended yet. Please, never end. Please keep writing. Excuse me. First book, JJ Mulder, beautiful, loved it. Definitely 5 stars. Couldn't get enough. Now my favorite. All right, here's where we get into a little bit. You're gonna be like, Carrie, that's cheating. Well, it might be, but I have a few favorites. Now, can I just say, can I just do like, these are my favorites, like every single book that they've written? Can I say that? Because if I can, I will. Okay? They're beautiful. But if I can't do that and you think that's cheating, which, whatever, that's fair. My first favorite was Offsides Book 2, Square to the Puck, okay? Book 2, I read Changing the Game, and I was like, I need more. So I went and bought books 2 and 3 right together because they were out. And I read this, and I said, that's it. These, I mean, it was like, I thought no one could beat Sam and Troy. And then I met Corwin and Nigel. Okay. I mean, obviously, I met Corwin in the first book, but anyway, because they're all connected. It's the same team. This is, and like professional hockey players, like on this one team. So you meet the people, which that's what I love about these books. They're all like connected, and you see the different characters and the different books in the background. I love it. That's one of my favorite things when I read these books. I get little snippets like, oh, there's Sam again. Oh, there's Troy. Oh, there's Nigel. Or how's he doing? Love it. You get little updates with them throughout, like they're sprinkled in, and it's well done. But Corwin, in the first book, I fell in love with Corwin. He is like the lead. He is like the team leader. He's large and in charge, and his teammates are his family. And I think that's beautiful. I do. But then Nigel, like speaking French. Oh. The hug. If you know, you know. Oh my God. I was like, yeah, I picked this up. No way anyone can beat Sam and Troy. Yeah. Corwin and Nigel. Sam and Troy, who? I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love them, but this is probably oh man, favorite boys here, okay? But then J.J. Mulder decided to write Save the Game. This is her other series, the SCU hockey, the South Carolina University hockey, okay? So you have Offsides, which is the professional hockey players, and then you have SCU hockey, which is obviously the university college hockey players, right? This is book 2 in the SCU hockey, and I was crying in the prologue, okay? If you know, you know. If you've read this, Max and Luke, they are the two most genuinely beautiful human beings you will ever read. Okay? I know they're fictional. Okay? I know they're fictional. But Max deserves all the good things in this world. And Luke is the one to give it to him. They are, oh my God, their love and devotion, it just makes me want to cry. I did cry. This book was beautiful from beginning to end. It's check triggers for this. For this one, please check triggers. But it's beautiful. Oh my God, they're like the definition of like love, you know. I highly recommend. So they're my other favorite. But then, can I pick like one more? Can I pick one more? We're gonna go back to Offsides and book 4, From Coast to Coast. Okay, this one is with Grayson and Remy. Okay, you have the size difference, right? They're hockey players. So he's not short. He's like he's just a freaking giant. But you know what he is? He's a giant marshmallow. Like wrapped up in a cinnamon roll, like stuffed inside a golden retriever. Okay, that's who Grayson is. Okay? And Remy's here for it. Remy's here for it. Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe just talking about that, maybe that just proved that this is my favorite J.J. Mulder book. I don't know. But oh my God, I want to read this again and again and again and again and again. I hope she's writing more Offsides books, because right now she's not reading. Oh my God, idiot. I'm an idiot. She's been reading. Oh my God. She's been writing the SCU hockey, okay? And right now there's 3. The 4th one comes out in June, I think. And then she already has the 5th one written, and that comes out, I think, like later on this year, I think. So she's continuing with the SCU hockey, but I really hope that she continues with the Offsides, because these are my favorite. These are my favorite. I love Sam and Troy. You know I love Corin and Nigel because it's my other favorite, you know, Nico and Anthony from Offsides 3. But this one I don't know, the banter and how the relationship just grew, like organically, beautiful. And, but yes, I'm sorry. I love Grayson Brody, and he's probably one of my favorites besides, Corwin. And of course, Max and Luke. I can't pick. You can't make me. This is my channel. Okay. This is my channel. Okay. So if this is, these are my favorites of JJ Mulder. Okay. And I'm not picking, I'm not picking my favorite. Okay. And then, you know, and them too. Oh, and then you need Henry. You need Henry. Okay. Oh, and then you need Carter Morgan the third. Yes, you need Carter Morgan the third. You need him in there too. Oh, and then you know what? You can throw Anthony and Nico in there too. I love Nico and his grumpiness, and Anthony with his smiles. Okay. Yeah, they're all my favorites. You're not making me pick, and you know I don't have to pick. It's my channel, so I do what I want. All right, that is it. I think I rambled for. Sorry, cat. My cat is behind you guys, and she's glaring at me right now. But I think that's it. Those are at least the random authors I picked off my shelves, but those are my favorite, like first and favorite of the books I own of my favorite authors. So that was fun. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I probably did because my throat is a little scratchy and sore. But I had fun making this, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Please let me know if you read any of these, and let me know like one of your like first and favorites for one of your favorite authors. I'd love to hear about it. Maybe I can add some more books to my never-ending, ever-growing TBR. Yeah? Okay, cool. If that's that, I guess I will let you go, and hopefully I will see you soon. Yes, hopefully. And I'm going to try to be more active on Bookstagram too. I haven't really posted a lot, but I'm going to try to get into that. I need to try to get my creativity back for taking photos, but I really just wanted to film today, and I'm glad I did. I had fun with this. So if that's everything, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye, guys.